Welcome to this week's episode of Off the Cliff Pod. You know what? I think we ought to title this one A Celebration of Mediocrity. A guy that we all used to look up to, used to aspire to be. Jake Ullman is proud of a second place finish. Good for you, guy.
Fuck you.
Did you mean that? Or is that really... Are you, what's the word? Projecting?
Oh, yeah. I'm not projecting jack, Pete. I'm proud of my second place finish.
And you asked the rest of us to be?
I mean, I think you should be. We need to celebrate the fact that I took a plunge into the deep end and I made it out alive.
You made it out alive with what, a gold medal or?
2 silvers. 2 silvers.
Do you know how many silvers Michael Phelps has?
Probably 7 or 8 to go along with his 40 or 50 golds. Yeah.
I don't actually know what the number is. I was hoping you didn't either. So
no, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I think he always only wins, right?
Yeah. So
he also trains all of his life to swim.
What, now you're going to tell me you've never trained?
I barely trained.
Dude, you train in Muay Thai like weekly.
Yeah, but my tournament was jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, okay. It's the same thing. Muay Thai, all striking, no grappling. Jiu-jitsu, no striking in this competition, all grappling. I mean, basically it's the same.
Yep.
Just everything you didn't practice in Muay Thai is what you should know how to do.
Yeah, man. You got me. You got me. My very minimal, non-formal jiu-jitsu training should have been more than enough because I throw kicks and stuff. I couldn't, though, on Saturday when I had my competition. It was all ground stuff.
You could sweep, couldn't you?
You could sweep, yes, but it couldn't be anything that could qualify as a slam. So there were 1 or 2 takedowns I knew, but I couldn't actually do them because they qualify as a slam, and the guys I was going against were way too big for me to do that too.
Whatever. You tried for the fireman's carry just so you get your hand near crotch, didn't you?
Oh, God. If I tried to fireman's carry the guys I had to fight this weekend, they could have killed me. They just fell forward.
I'm sure there will be more merciless mocking, but why don't we go ahead and proceed and get into your excuses about why losing is acceptable? Take me there to that time that you finished second.
Okay.
Twice.
So, this last Saturday, I had my first jiu-jitsu competition. Submissions only, no striking. Also, no points, no anything like that, no advantages. So, it just means we had 10 minutes, someone's got to win.
2 men enter, 2 men leave.
2 men enter, 1 man leaves, but only one with his hand raised. They both walk away, though, probably.
Nobody died.
Most dudes walked away. Yeah, one dude did get, put out like a light, though, but he walked away later.
Did he get a silver medal, too?
No, I don't think he medaled. I medaled, though. I got 2 silver medals. Yeah, anyone who wanted a silver had to go through me.
You were the gatekeeper for the winners.
Mm-hmm. So last week, I was just hanging out, and I saw an ad for this grappling competition. I was like, you know what? I've always thought I could probably win that. I have a lot of training with some dangerous people, even though I have very little formal training, like very minimal formal training. We're talking only a few months at a place where there's actual gis and belts. But I spent a year in the Hino dojo getting stretched by really dangerous men, and I wanted to see if all of that I learned there could be transferred over to this legitimate Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competition.
Hino's dojo on a beach?
No, it should be, though. Hino's dojo is in the middle of country city.
Those words don't mean the same thing.
Yeah, it's in a city, but it's like a country city. It's not the city.
That's like saying
it's not a metropolitan area.
I went to rural urban to do my training.
No, that makes complete sense. A country city.
Fine.
Yeah. Yeah, the rent was probably too high at the beach, and Hino couldn't afford a beach dojo.
But we all know Hino loved beach.
If I had $1 billion, I would build him a dojo on the beach, one with like a garage door that he could just open, like the breweries that just open the garage door when the summer is rocking. I would do that for him.
Would you prominently display your silver medals there?
By the time I'm going to be a billionaire and can open Hino's dojo for him, I'll have had several golds. Mm-hmm. So I decided, kind of on a whim, you know what, man? I'm going to enter this competition because I know I can win. And I was like, I know I can get first place in this competition, so I'm just going to go for it on 4 days training. I haven't grappled in a year and a half, Pete. Straight up, a year and a half. Haven't grappled.
Point of order. Mm-hmm. Don't you grapple in wrestling?
I do. It's just different. See, that's why I jumped into this, because I figured, hey, the skills I know from the squared circle will translate at least a little bit. And all these people making fun of me, because that's what I do, saying it's not legitimate. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and win a legitimate competition.
Where did we finish on that, though?
Second.
Okay.
In 2 divisions. 2 different divisions. Not just one division, 2.
So more legitimate. Sure, I'll give you that.
Yeah, because I did multiple divisions. Some dudes only did one division.
No, you outwardly appear more legitimate.
Yeah, exactly. So, just a quick rundown. The Saturday morning, I show up. I was also the first person there. Why was I the first person there, Pete?
Did you have time to stop for coffee?
Did I stop for coffee? No, I didn't take any coffee in before this because I read don't take coffee before a competition.
Well, then I don't know if you were prepared.
Yeah, I mean, I was prepared, though. I was prepared. I got my gym bag. Like, I cleaned out my whole gym bag, threw in only the stuff I need for the jiu-jitsu competition, some pre-workout, a change of clothes, and then I made sure to take one or two of my credentials from pro wrestling shows, like the most badass ones, and then clip them to the side of my bag. So people know, like, I was in the Lucha Libre World Cup in Tokyo, and that I was part of the Quebec City Shop Santi Expo.
Were you given a merch table?
No. Oh, man. I should have asked about a merch table. I also should have asked about entrance music.
Yes. Man, that would have been great. Just bring your own little speaker and have somebody like hit play. And then, yes.
Yeah, I could have Bluetoothed it. I have a little tiny Bluetooth speaker. What would they have done?
What could they do?
I don't know. Get upset, I guess. But that's it. Not much.
Bring in a microphone that's also Bluetooth. Talk to the crowd.
Also, people can talk about making fun of what I do and talk about legitimate MMA all they want. But guess how many people were there watching, Pete?
30.
So yeah, maybe 50 people divided on the 4 mats that were wrestling at the same time.
What was the venue?
It was essentially a gymnasium on the west side. So there were
filled to capacity.
There were 7, maybe 12 people watching me do my competition that weren't other people that were going to have to compete. Like other people I was going to have to fight later. Those were the only people really watching. So yeah, go ahead and make fun of what I do, jiu-jitsu guys. Because at least sometimes I wrestle in front of 1,000 people.
So basically you're not going to put on for a crowd of 7 or 8.
I'm not going to try and get in the dude's face or intimidate him or anything.
And apparently you're not going to try and get first place if there's only 7 people that can vouch for it.
I actually did try to get first place. I should act like I didn't try, that I apathetically got second place because I don't care. And if I devoted myself 100%, I would have gotten first place. I'd love to do that, Pete. Trust me. I would love nothing more than to act like I just half-assed it. Although I did have to wrestle 30 minutes with Ace Perry the night before. And I spent 7 hours of the day packing meals, therefore picking up 50-pound bags. And I went to a networking event in the morning, and I helped him set up the competition. You
know what? That Ace Perry thing's a good point. And you won that match, though, right?
So I didn't win, per se. But we had a great match, and the crowd was into it, yes. So we won.
Well, how many times did he pin you?
He and I won.
How many times did he pin you, just so we're all clear?
He won 1 fall by DQ. No, he won 3 falls by DQ. He only pinned me 3 times. Yeah, something like that.
So really, now you're going to say you beat yourself there, huh?
It was an Iron Man match, and I actually beat Ace 5 times. I tapped him out 4 times.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, apparently we're just big into moral victory so far.
No, we won, though. Ace Perry and I together collectively as a unit won. It's a performance.
Yeah, you split it 50-50. Great.
Yeah, it's a performance.
Where'd you get the medal?
Huh?
Did you get a medal? Was there a medal? Was there a belt?
He had a belt, yeah.
Oh, cool.
So, in theory, we won.
But he keeps the belt.
Yeah. But we both won because I'm the reason he looks like a legitimate champion.
Great. Is he going to share the belt with you, or?
He probably would if I asked him to, but I'm not gonna because he earned it.
You earned it together, you mean?
Obviously, we earned it together as a group performance. Yeah, it's 2 dudes.
Oh, no, I think we're all very clear.
Yeah, so I won the hearts of the nation and the millions on Friday night, and then I won second place on Saturday twice.
You're the people's Iron Man.
Yeah. Anyway, I was 222 pounds when I weighed in, Pete, which unfortunately meant there was no one in my division. So they bumped me up a division. So I had to wrestle 236 pounds and up. And by up, they mean way, 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 way up.
The Clydesdale division?
Yeah. So I was in there with horses, Pete. The very first fight I had to wrestle a 275-pound guy. But I won. In fact, I won before I even 100% locked into submission. Dude just knew the writing was on the wall, and then I was showing him up, and he tapped. I can't even say technically I won by a move because I was just positioning it into an actual better move, and I won.
He quit before you sunk in a submission.
Yeah. He just knew I was going to sink in a submission in the next few seconds, and he quit. But I wasn't choking him yet.
Yeah, was it at least a good one?
It was a north-south. You know what that is?
Yeah, I suppose it's okay.
Describe it.
I don't need to play your games, man. There's a north and there's a south.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't hear like Hurricane Rana, which
Yeah.
if you could turn that
If
into
I could win
submission-
that, yeah, if I could win a jiu-jitsu tournament by Hurricane Rana, I would. Yeah.
just hold onto their head and squeeze.
If there was a legitimate professional wrestling move I could win these fights with, that's all I'd be going for, man. I had one or two in mind if they came up, but they didn't come up.
The walls.
Dude, if you could totally win by that, if the opportunity presented itself.
Jericho would win with that.
I almost won by ankle lock.
Oh man, that'd be about the weakest way to go out, I think. I mean, I know it's painful, but somebody got your ankle.
Yeah, I almost won by straight ankle lock because I was a white belt in a white belt like division. So I actually could only do one or two different leg locks. Unfortunately, I'm versed in leg locks. I couldn't use most of them.
Now explain this to me. They only allow you certain maneuvers based on level of experience as determined by belt.
Yeah, so if you're a white belt, you're not allowed to do most leg locks because white belts are in theory inexperienced, and leg locks can like really mess up your world. Like one misapplied heel hook can like shatter your leg. So they just don't let white belts do most leg locks. It has to be a leg lock where even if the person locks it in for a good few seconds, it might not cause permanent damage. And white belts sometimes aren't smart enough to know. Also, sometimes you can lock in these moves and the damage can be done before you feel the pain. So if the damage is already done by the time you're quitting and it's too late, they don't want you to be like royally messed up. Then when you graduate like to blue belt or purple belt, you know, like, oh shoot, I'm screwed. He's going to kill me with this if I don't stop.
Why don't you just put on a purple belt, shatter some femurs?
I thought about Amazoning a belt before I went. Yeah. And then just showing up with my gi on and with like my purple belt or my brown belt and then just making a lie up about where I'm from.
Man.
What's to stop me from Amazoning a belt, Pete?
Did you have to G up and gi up?
I'll be honest. So I didn't gi up. I fought in a non-gi division because I didn't want to wear my gi. And also, gis are really hard to use, man. Like
the Gracies seem to do a fine job with gis.
Yeah, because they're the only people in the world that used to train in gis, and like they kind of cheated. Did you know do you know the big conspiracy about UFC 1?
Look, I know there are a lot of liars in this world, if that's what you're asking about.
Yeah.
And I'd rather not sully the Gracie's name.
Did you know the Gracies are a lot of liars?
I don't think that's accurate.
All right, well, there's a thing on YouTube about the UFC 1 conspiracy and the Gracies.
What does Ken Shamrock think about this?
Oh, he's a great guy to listen to about it. He does not like them.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then I'm a very pro-Ken guy.
Yeah, then you're anti-Gracies.
Apparently.
Because they screwed him. He should have won UFC 1, and they screwed him, bro. And a big part of it, gi stuff. Yeah, because you can choke someone with a gi.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's an art to choking with a gi, and I just never trained with a gi. I trained with a gi for 7 weeks.
So it sounds like you need to gi up. Maybe you get first place.
I'm G'd up, not gi'd up. So I'm not qualified to participate in a gi tournament. What was I saying before this?
Before we got off on the gi tangent?
Yeah.
We were talking about belts and why you couldn't grab ankle.
So funny enough, there's a dude who follows me on social media, and one of his big things is being an advanced belt in jiu-jitsu. I don't particularly like this guy, but he follows me and he likes my stuff. So I have been really tempted to just Amazon, say like a black belt, and then post a bunch of photos of me claiming to be a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt just because I think that's the one way that I would really cut him deep. He would be so pissed off.
Wouldn't that be an interesting experiment? Just for listeners of the show, be like, all right, they're going to be on it too. Just do a social media campaign of something that's blatantly untrue to see how much heat you can take.
Yeah.
Just to call that person out. In fact, if you want to do it, I'll help you out, man.
Yeah, but then it's like people aren't going to question that, are they? They're just going to be like, oh, man, that's cool, man. Like, it's a lot of work. That guy has to fight for a long time to earn that kind of belt. And then people who don't know me are probably just going to assume it because why would you lie? Even though the internet is nothing but lying, Pete.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I think D-Boz, with his new acquisition here, I think he just needs to act like it's the biggest draw in the state. Talk about how huge it is and be like, man, killing it. Just sign this guy. Just start signing people. If you treat it like an honest to God big deal,
people,
it's going to be an honest to God big deal.
People just believe it, even though they shouldn't believe it. Like they shouldn't believe that Jake Oman, that has 7 weeks of formal training in a jiu-jitsu gym, somehow has a black belt.
He also has a couple silver medals.
Two silver medals. I did my weight class division, and then I did the absolute division. But I didn't even do my. Did I already explain this? I didn't do my weight class. They bumped me up a weight class.
Yes, you were wrestling horses. The Clydesdales.
Yeah. So I beat the hell out of that 275-pound guy, And then boom, all of a sudden I take on a 350-pound guy, Pete. A 350-pound dude with 13 years amateur wrestling experience. He outweighed me by 130.
Sounds like he outclassed and outskilled you too.
He did not outskill me. I was going for technical moves, and he was going for suffocate with cellulite.
But it was effective.
It worked. Yeah, it worked, man. He was going for big dude holds, which is the way to win.
You think anybody runs their mouth to Rikishi? I mean, come on, man.
So, see, that's where this would come in handy if I could have used some of my Muay Thai, Pete. A few strikes, and I would have won this fight because I'm faster, significantly faster. I probably could have landed 50 punches and 5 kicks before this dude even tried to take me down.
How long were these rounds?
It was one 10-minute round.
Man, you'd be real gassed if you threw 50 punches in 10 minutes.
I could throw 50 punches in 1 minute and not get gassed.
You can't throw 50 punches in 1 minute.
In training, we do it all the time.
You're talking full strength. You're getting power behind these.
We're talking about speed.
How many would
You can
leave
throw
a
speed
bruise?
or you can throw power.
How many would leave a bruise? How many of those strikes?
Okay. If I were max amount of bruising I could do in 50 seconds, let's round up to a minute. I could probably land 30 to 40 really powerful, potentially knockout punches in a minute.
Oh man, now we have a second thing to film. Strike count. We'll get it on the Instagram.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah,
Yes.
for sure. Like the gym I used to go to box shut down, so we're gonna have to film it somewhere else.
The house I used to live in, I put a punching bag up in the barn. Maybe, I know the barn's still there. Maybe the heavy bag's still
That'd be
there.
sweet.
We'll just go knock on the
Yeah,
door.
that'd be dope. Let's do it.
How can they say no if we just show up with cameras?
I have a punching bag. I just don't have a place to put my punching bag. I'm not gonna just put it in the corner of the room and just start pounding the hell out of it.
That would be funny.
And then I'm going to miss at some point and just smoke the wall.
This is the Midwest version of Rocky. Yes.
The one, that's all I need is I'm just going to town on the bag and then I accidentally knock it over and it lands on a cat.
Unrelated. But also, if Blake wants to be the Midwest Rocky, if that wants to be his shtick, I'll let him have that.
Could talk to him about it. He wants to wear suits and stuff. He pretty much wants to be Ric Flair.
What?
Yeah. So he can't really be Rocky.
Disappointed in him. We've gotten so far, and I take responsibility. So you're not finishing first, but you beat Mr. 275.
I beat the 275.
You lost by cellulite to 350.
Yeah, I lost. I lost by that. So that was in my, what they would call my division, but that wasn't my division, Pete. They were hundreds of pounds more than me in that division because nobody could man up that was 220 pounds. Then I had the division where we fought everybody, anybody who's a white belt. But I did draw a bye. But then I had to fight the other guy again that I was going to fight, the 275-pound guy. You know what he did, Pete? You know what he told me?
He didn't want a piece of you because he found out you're bi, and he thought maybe you'd be interested in him.
That's not what he said.
But you did have a bi.
I had a bye the first round, yeah.
So you were bi.
I'm not bi. It's cool if I was, though. Like, that's fine. No judgment. I'm down with that.
It's a judgment-free podcast.
It's a judgment-free podcast. Yeah. I mean, that dude could have been not bi at all and completely not straight at all, and I would have still wrestled him. I still would have won. But he told me the first time we matched up that he got a little hurt and he didn't feel like he had a chance to even beat me, and he forfeited.
So you just struck fear into his soul. He knew.
I struck fear across his jugular.
What?
The first fight, I beat him by like almost choking him out, like across the jugular, Pete. Like if you cut the blood flow to your brain.
Yes.
Yeah, you got that, right?
Yes.
You can clip that few seconds of weirdness. But
Yeah.
you can take that out.
No, we're just going to focus on me condescending to you.
I choked him like the first fight. That's how I won. I struck
North-south. We got you.
Yeah, exactly. So as I was going south, whoa, that sounds weird.
Yeah, we're back to the
as I was
thing
going,
again.
as I was going south, I decided I'm just gonna choke this dude out a little bit. No big deal.
Thought maybe he'd be into that.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna choke this dude out a little bit. He quit, man, before he died. I respect that, honestly.
So basically, you saved his life by releasing the
He's got a great life to live, man. Maybe he's got kids. I don't know. He didn't tell me. He looked like the dude who had a wife and kids.
What a great strategy that would be going in. Hey, man, I got kids and stuff, but I need this medal for my kids, man.
He should have brought his kid. Yeah, he should have brought a kid. Oh my God. Next time I'm going to do jiu-jitsu competition, I'm going to take a few of the nieces and I'm just going to have them like almost crying as I'm on the mat.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I'm going to hug them and kiss them before I go back. Girls, I love you. I'm doing this for you.
like the whole kickboxer thing. No, I won't be paralyzed at the end of this like good old Uncle Jean-Claude. It's okay. I'm going to pull through.
Yeah, I trust me, girls. I got this.
I can do this. I need you to believe in me.
Yeah. And then when I get on the mat, I'm going to look right across to the guy I'm going with and be like, their mother just died.
Yes. And this black belt, I didn't even earn it, man. So this gi, I don't know what I'm doing with this thing.
The pants might be on backwards.
Yes. That would be tremendous. Hey, man, the fly's supposed to be in the front. What? The fly?
I should put on my gi and then hold my black belt in my hand and then go up to one of the guys and be like, hey, man, where are the belt loops on these pants?
Or just tie it around your forehead. Yeah, I don't know what to do with
hey, man,
this.
oh, dude. Yeah, what if I had just a bad knot? Like,
I got this at a garage sale. I don't know.
I should be like, guys, I don't know how to tie this.
Like a tie. Your first wedding as an adolescent or something. You have to go to your dad. How do I tie this?
I'll tell him, like, yeah, I'm trying to be like the edgy BJJ guy. You know, I'm trying to like start a trend here.
Yes. All of those things. Yes.
So anyway, then in the absolute division, the everybody weight classes don't matter because let's be honest, both of my weight divisions, the weight class didn't matter because I was going against huge dudes.
The TLC version of this event. Sure.
Yeah. So I had to fight this dude again and I almost won, but I didn't win because he was huge, man. Real big. I almost won though via leg lock, which is what I was well versed in when I was in Japan. Miyazaki Naoto himself taught me how to beat 275-pound guys with leg locks because we
should have taught you how to beat 350-pound guys.
Yeah, well, he was trying. So he taught me when I was rolling with Hino, and my buddy Daisuke Sekimoto, that the only way to beat them, because he was a $160 and they're a 270, the only way to beat them is to go for leg locks. So he taught me how to do the world's most vicious heel hook. If you actually type in move of the day heel hook on YouTube, his will be the first that pops up, teaching you how to brutalize a big dude with a heel hook.
Oh, so basically I can get as good as you by watching YouTube?
In theory.
I was really expecting you to deny it. No, maybe. I mean, you log in the hours?
That was kind of all the training I had this last week before my fight. I didn't even chance to grapple. I was just watching YouTube. And you know what, Pete? Second place, twice.
So either the talent around here is real bad, or YouTube's a wonderful teaching tool.
A little bit of A, a little bit of B. All right, maybe a little bit of A, a little bit of B.
But you're now a legitimate MMA legend around here.
Hashtag real fighter. Jake Oman.
Is that a gimmick anyone else has?
So it is, but no one calls himself a real fighter. But there's so many MMA gimmicks in what we do. We're like, oh yeah, I do MMA. Well, I'm hashtag real fighter. Jake Oman.
I think you should use it.
If I had won 2 gold medals, I would have worn my medals around for the next 6 months to every professional wrestling show that I go to and just pointed at them and told everybody, look, real fighter.
What's D-Boz's acronym?
What do you mean?
For his association?
Oh, All-Star Pro Wrestling.
All-Star Pro Wrestling. So APW?
ASPW, yeah.
ASP4? I'm just getting greedy.
He's trying to be unique.
All the greats are 3s. It sounds like he's the ASPCA. Just saying. I'm talking a lot of smack to Dylan, never to his face.
All my Amazon purchases actually benefit the ASPCA. That was the charity I chose.
Man, yeah, when you sign that contract with the ASPW, what, you're the only medal-winning fighter.
I should get a real fighter bump. Yeah, legitimacy bump.
Yes.
Which is also what I want to do in the bathroom after I win my first gold, am I right?
Probably would have helped if you'd have done that before.
I should have, man. I took some pre-workout. Yeah, I took like some creatine and some arginine before I did it.
There you go. You bring the nieces, you act like you're an idiot. You need to do this to live and then snort the pre-workout. Mm-hmm. Like you don't even know how to use it like a real human being.
Dude, one thing I heard when it comes to jiu-jitsu competitions, everything always runs really far behind, right? The competition started at 9. My first match was supposed to be at 10:20. My first match was at 9:20. So
you weren't in the right frame of mind.
I wasn't. I hadn't
take your pre-workout before. What are we doing here?
Yeah, I hadn't stretched, and then I chugged my pre-workout because I thought I still had an hour to actually go to another mat and get loose. And then there were like 4 or 5 fights before me on my mat number, which is mat number 2, and it makes a big difference. Obviously, I'm used to fighting on mat number 3. Probably why I didn't get first place. And then all of a sudden, then like 5 matches, dudes got tapped out within like a minute. All to guillotines almost.
That is the ultimate poser move. I don't even care how good you are. You want to be an immediate poser? Hit somebody with a guillotine.
And that's why it happened. They're all white belts. The guillotine is just the only move you know. They're like, I'm going to win by guillotine.
That's swell.
I didn't. I went for...
Yeah, you went south on a guy and tapped him. Or he tapped you. Who gets tapped in that situation?
He's the one who quit. I wasn't going to stop. I wasn't going to stop till I got my finish.
Splendid.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag real fighter.
What was the thing he said? Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was going to succumb no matter what.
He succumbed
Yeah.
all over the place.
Mm-hmm. And I won.
Hashtag real fighter.
Hashtag real fighter. Yeah. Champion.
Almost.
No, real champion.
Hashtag almost.
Double medalist. Hashtag double medalist.
That doesn't imply really that you won anything other than a medal, so that's fine.
Yeah, I won a medal.
You won 2 medals.
Yeah, 2 medals.
You're a 2-time medaling BJJer.
Dude, exactly. It makes it sound like I've even had more than one competition.
Oh, yeah. You're a 2-time medalist.
Now you know what I'm doing next? I'm going to look into any MMA fight in the area. I'm going to take one.
Why don't you just host one?
In theory, I could. I could promote an MMA show.
Yeah? Have it at the library. Lucha MMA.
I mean, I could. I could totally host an MMA show. It can't be hard. Pretty much jabrones host MMA shows.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I've been some really trashy MMA shows.
I thought somebody offered you a fight at an MMA show.
I've been offered fights at MMA shows. I've also been offered fights at MMA shows to go and fake it.
No. MMA's not staged. UFC's legit.
Yeah, you're right. It is. All of them, 100%.
Nah.
I've never been offered a lot of money to fake an MMA fight.
Dude,
Never.
Brock Lesnar wouldn't do that.
Oh, no, he probably won legitimately.
Boom. Boom.
Yeah, he won
CM
legitimately.
Punk wouldn't do that.
Yeah, he would have won legitimately. He lost, though.
Come on, dog.
He came in second.
CM Punk's kind of a punk.
Punk's cool, man.
Nah, man.
One of the greatest wrestlers ever.
He doesn't have what it takes in the octagon.
Dude, you can't just start training at 39 and expect to win.
Yeah, I know. But at 34, I can talk smack about people I'll never see in my life and sound like I'm tough.
Dude, the fact that a 33-year-old me got into the non-octagon for the first time and got 2 silver medals, I think that's pretty impressive.
How old were the other guys? Do you know?
Yes. I think the dude who won was 29. And then, what?
The cellulite champion was only 29?
I think he was 29. And then I think the guy who got 3rd place in absolute was around the same age. He might have been 30. But these guys have been doing it longer than me.
I was really hoping to turn that point against you. Be like, well, this guy who's 45, who's only a white belt,
No.
picked it up and smashed you.
Technically, I would have been in a Masters division if we had enough people that signed up. Masters, Pete. That doesn't make me sound young.
So you'd be a master white?
Yeah. I'm a white master. Oh, I should get that tattooed on me.
Yeah. And then do you still do the life power gimmick?
White master, yeah. White master, Jake Oman.
It's just walk out there shouting life power with that tattoo.
White master, Jake Oman.
Nothing could
Double
go
champion.
wrong.
Real shooter.
2-time medalist.
Yeah.
How many medals does Kurt Angle have? 3?
He has 1 gold medal.
Oh, I thought he had a couple.
Yeah, he won NCAA a few times.
College doesn't count. Come on.
Hey, I'd never won anything in college.
Not even an intramural?
I wasn't an
something or
athlete. I did do a really great job at the Anderson University, I want to say Olympics.
The
Gladiators.
Special Olympics?
The Anderson University Gladiators we did. AU Gladiators, I killed people.
It didn't kill anyone.
I was, what do they call Titan and those guys? You know, like the people that play like Titan or Hulk. They're the actual gladiators.
Yeah.
I was one of the gladiators. The chump, like freshmen and seniors and stuff, they were like football players that had to go against gladiators, had to go against me, and they lost.
You actively participated in hazing young people.
Yeah, like football players and stuff.
So it's fine.
Yeah, they need to be knocked down a peg or two. They're already 3-8. Like, you're not allowed to have an attitude when you're 3-8, bro.
That's fair. Even the Colts have a better record.
Yeah, at least I went 50-50. Might not have made the playoffs, but I got 2 silver medals.
That's right. How much those are worth if you melt them down and turn them into a grill?
They're solid. Like, they are solid, man. Like, the medals are not cheap.
That's why you had like $100 in registration fees.
In theory,
buy those medals.
I didn't pay it because they thought I had showed such potential and promise. They didn't make me pay it.
Didn't they have you come in like
Also,
a day early?
Yeah, I helped them set up the night before too.
Come on,
but
man.
they saw such potential in me that they knew I was gonna be a real champion someday, maybe a double medalist.
Any guy who can put down a mat like that knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I taped them together real good.
Best tape job they'd seen.
It was pretty top notch, except for one mat, which was a little crooked. But that's not on me. That was on Rico.
Rico.
I think it was Rico.
Where'd he place?
I don't know if he did.
So he wasn't near the top.
I don't know if he did, man. I don't think he double medaled. Just saying that.
Congratulations on your silver, and I hope this gets you through another couple weeks, months, or years of mediocrity until you reach a real accomplishment.
So everybody, just let me know when there's an MMA fight coming up in your area. Maybe I'll come in and kill everyone. Hopefully in my weight division.
Except for the one guy who's ultimately going to beat you.
Hey, if he's like 350. I will MMA that dude who beat me any day of the week.
You think?
Yeah. I would totally do that. Y'all text him.
You got his number?
Yeah, because we took a picture together, and I was like, hey, man, if you could send me that picture. And he probably wanted the picture with me because he knew how famous I was.
Was that like a date or something?
What?
Nothing. Nothing.
All right. At Off the Cliff Pod, at Multimedia Hustle, at Jacob in 2012. But by the time this airs, it might be at Double Medalist or at Real Shooter.
What happened to Real Fighter? You abandoned that?
Hashtag Real Fighter. Yeah, hashtag or at Real Fighter.
Double Shooter.
Jake
Real
Coleman.
Fighter.